Hello, and thanks for taking a few minutes with us today here at Warehousing Operations as a Career. I'm Marty, and today I'd like to expand a bit on the hiring process. Well, really more on our side of the hiring process, or why and how we're reaching out to the company for a position and explore our expectations. In a bit, we'll be speaking with a new hire about his new position, how he arrived at it, how it's going, and get his thoughts regarding opportunities or frustrations that come with that first week on the job. You know, we may just be looking for a job or a paycheck. I hope we're looking for more, really a position or advancement in a career, but hey, we all have bills and we have to work to pay those bills, so this isn't really a bad thing. I feel if we go into a job with a plan, we'll be much more successful, much quicker, and I think we'll be much happier and enjoy our position and look forward to going in every day. I think we should be planning our advancement and promotion strategy really right from the start, even before we get the job. We all belong to many more networks than we realize. I mean, we have our friends and their friends. Maybe we have church members or outside sports activities with our children and the team's parents. Even all of our social media friends. A lot of these relationships are local, meaning someone will know something about a company that we're interested in. Many times we can find out something about the management team, how things are ran, and what others think about them before we ever even apply for a position there. We might even meet someone that works there already. Remember, it's really all about doing our research and planning. Another important thing, I think it's better to approach an interview with the mindset of what we can bring to the company, not necessarily what the company can do for us. Now, we definitely don't want to go in all arrogant and pushy, but I think it's good for us to be confident and honest with what we can do and make sure we get our work ethics across to them and let the interviewer know we're committed to this position. Also, remember, we carry some of the responsibility for getting and keeping our new job right from the start. We should be taking our resume, the phone interview, our face-to-face or that sit-down interview, and our company orientation seriously. As we've discussed, if our recruiter or later in the process, our supervisor or manager hasn't answered all of our questions, we need to start asking those questions to get our answers. 3 weeks ago with episode 38, I believe it was called Applied and Hired, Communicate and Success. We spoke with Rodrigo a little about changing jobs and how important it is to give a job a chance or give it that opportunity. We discussed a few of our responsibilities regarding getting the information we need to be successful and communicating any concerns or frustrations with our supervisors and managers, and stay on our career path and our goals plan. Our facility orientation should prepare us and inform us of the processes and procedures that will help make us successful. I find that occasionally, maybe due to workloads or even skills or possibly just our expectations, our management team may not leave us with or convey that welcoming and fulfilling orientation we need or feel that we need. I think it then falls on us to ensure we ask those questions and know what questions to ask, so we can stay on our course and our path, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Our managers will really appreciate us being involved and engaged with our position. We have Nathan on the phone with us today. Nathan's just been hired on and accepted a position at a large distribution facility. Hopefully, we'll be visiting with him over the next several weeks, and he'll be sharing his experiences with us here. Nathan, welcome to WAOC. We appreciate you visiting with us, sir.
Thank you, Marty. I'm excited about it. Look forward to sharing and being with you for a couple of weeks to go.
Fantastic. Talk to us a bit about your background and work history, if you could, or what led you to our industry.
My experience started, first of all, from my father owns a trucking company out of Oklahoma. So the transportation part of it, I've been around it all my life and familiar with it, comfortable with it, enjoy it. We started working on big rigs and mechanicking type and starting to learn how to drive them as early as 14 years old, trying to work with Dad and keep up with Dad and be Dad's right-hand man. So I learned a lot about that growing up. And then I've had an opportunity to work in airport freight in the Houston area. That's where I was recently moved from, and how I was in the market shopping and looking for the position that I just accepted here. And so working with the warehouses and transportation. I also had a very enjoyable experience where working with nonprofit organizations that reach out to struggling teens in a residential treatment type facility, where I was exposed to manufacturing of a product, to the organization of shipping, scheduling, the events where they would go and they would in return sell the products that they manufactured. And I was really, really blessed to have that experience and work with teams in many different areas and locations. So the manufacturing, shipping, production, warehouse, organization, management, I've been given really, really good opportunities to see each area of it. And that's how I got into it, and that's why I'm still there.
Nathan, that's a really interesting story, and kind of sounds like you've got some operations in your blood even.
I do. It gets in there and it doesn't go out.
So tell us, how did you come about applying for this position, picking the company that you're with, and how was that hiring experience?
The position that I am currently at accepted, I actually found that it was available through social media, through Facebook advertising. The recruiter had posted on there, apply today and start tomorrow, which just caught my eye due to the transition of my family, of moving my family here from the Houston area. And my wife has one more year of college here locally, and so we were able to come here, relocate, and then, of course, bills needed to be paid right away. So I needed work right away. So I got to looking, and I come across the offer that was posted there, and was able to. I had requested more information on there because I wanted to research, find out who this company is, how long have they been in business, how long are they going to stay in business, is there room for advancement, is there, where would I fit in, what can I bring to the table to join the team and benefit the teams, and the team benefit me as well. And so I found that, I requested information, and I was given the information right away, which was a little surprise to me because it was late at night. And I actually received a personal inbox from my inquiry, went straight, answered the questions that I needed in order to research the company, its history, its expansion, its successes, and their kind of a guideline outlook of where they're going. So I did due diligence on that, and I was impressed with it. And then I started the process, and so far, it has met or exceeded my expectations. And to that, for me, that's a great start.
Well, that's really, really good. And you walked through several of the points that we've been talking about over the last few weeks. How we've got a little bit of that responsibility to research that company. Is this a place we want to work? And, are we going to be a good fit at this company? Very good story. We discussed the importance of a good, informative employee orientation process quite a bit here at WAOC. I feel it helps us as a new employee. Would you agree? And what was your recent experience with the orientation?
The orientation is crucial. It's vital for my success with the company, just as much as it is for my success, the company's success through me, investing in me, the information, the credentials, all the tools necessary for me to be productive, benefits us both. And the orientation in previous places that I've worked, there has, you kind of feel like it's rush. You've got to get through this. We've got to get you on the ground. We've got to get this and that. This experience that I just went through, orientation, with a mindset, I'm not going to be rushed. I want to know. I want to know what I'm getting into. Well, I need to know all of the things that are going to make me successful, and I want all my questions answered. But I went into this orientation, and I was given every opportunity to ask, and then I was asked the questions that I thought I would be asking, but I was asked those questions first. And not only was I asked the question, but there was a follow-up. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question? Are you comfortable with the information that I gave you? That was kind of a new experience for me. It wasn't rushed. I understood what the instructor was saying, and in the area that I did not understand about a particular piece of equipment, he was very informative of explaining to me, how to find the information on the unit, on the equipment, and even gave me a helpful tip of how to remember when OSHA comes to the building asking you. It's something that we need to know. So, like I said, it's been a good experience so far, and I was happy with that.
Well, that's really great. It sounds like that your company really got off on the right foot, and it also sounds like you were prepared and still are prepared to ask those questions if you do not understand something, and you're really making that stride to make sure you understand what it is you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to do it, and the way they want it done. That's great.
Yes, sir. Communication is absolutely vital. It's crucial to my success. It's vital to the company's success, as far as giving me that information and being comfortable asking those questions and communicating, not feeling like I'm holding up the class, not feeling like I'm uninformed or less educated than the man beside me, who may have more experience in it, or just happen to work with that particular piece of equipment. But they've said, I've heard many times in my life, from history, that wars break out due to a lack of communication. Unnecessary wars have been fought from a simple lack of communication. And that's the last thing I want, Marty. My new job is a war between me and an employee, or me and my supervisor. That's just unnecessary roughness that I want to avoid at all costs.
So true, and that is a key word that we talk a lot about here at WAOC is communication. Communication can solve all issues, really. Do you feel, I got a good question for you. Do you feel that we as employees have a bit of the responsibility to fit in or make sure that we understand our positions and are able to learn our new task?
Yes, it's our responsibility, and it's a very wise responsibility to take seriously. For me to know what is expected of me, what is required of me, in order for me to be successful, and success to me is I am a team member that you want on your team. I'm the team member that you may mention my name over the weekend or something. Say, man, that Nathan guy, I really enjoy working with him. He doesn't come off as a arrogant, prideful boss or supervisor. He listens to me. I don't feel that everything is rush or unimportant to him, but you know, I believe that it's crucial. If I don't know my position, I'm going to step over bounds. I'm going to step on toes, or someone's going to step on my toes. If I don't understand and am comfortable with and confident in every aspect of my position, and then I don't want to do too much and make my job harder than it is, and I don't want to do not enough, which causes other people on my team to have to do extra. Then I become the guy that you don't talk about on the weekend, or maybe you do, but not in a good context. I definitely want to know. It is my responsibility to know what my job entails. And if I don't know, I am going to ask. I'll be the first one with my hand up.
All right. One more quick question. What do you do when you get to feeling uncomfortable or frustrated about something, either with the job or with a coworker, or maybe even a member of your management team? How do you handle that?
Frustration to me, a lack of understanding is what causes frustration. That's not just in the workplace. That's in life. It's in marriage, in family relationship. Frustration comes when you do not understand something. You don't understand why this employee does what he does this particular way, when we were trained that it was to be done a different way. Or this particular employee says, hey, that's really not, no one's going to tell you that's okay, but it is okay. You actually can fudge a little bit here or there. Now, I don't understand those things. So, with frustration, what I do personally, this is just me, I stop before I get to that point where I feel like I need to run outside the building, take a few laps, and I don't want to lose valuable time. I don't want to lose. Frustration it's very hard on a person's emotions. It's hard on our pocketbooks because we make bad decisions, bad choices. It's hard on relationships because we say and do things that we would not normally say if we weren't frustrated. So stop, communicate, and listen. I'm going to stop what I'm doing. I'm going to ask a question to my supervisor or to the employee that I am supervising. I'm going to ask the question of what I'm not understanding, and I'm going to be quiet, and I'm going to listen to what the person has to say, either my supervisor or the person that I'm supervising. And from there, then we can work something out and try to avoid unnecessary frustration. It's just talk about it. Don't bottle it up. Don't act like it's not there. Just jump on it.
That's good. And there's that communication word again. I'm like you. I think communication is so important. Nathan, thanks for speaking with us this week. Your story and thoughts are really interesting, and we look forward to you coming back and updating us in a few weeks on your progress and ideals. What do you think about that, sir?
I am ready, willing, and able. Marty, I've enjoyed it, and I look forward to your call. I will be waiting for it, and I hope you have the best rest of the week.
Fantastic, and we'll be making that call. We've listened to several of our guests speak about communication over the last month or so. I feel if I had to pick one failure in our industry, I'd say it's open communication. Yes, I'm sure it's true. Many companies and managers could do a bit better job with it, but I see our lack of or misuse of it as employees is really our biggest wall today. I feel we have to go over that wall. We want this job, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with asking questions when we don't understand something. We want to do a great job and settle in, getting started with a long-term career. In my experience, our supervisors and managers will see us as excited and motivated individuals, and remember, we want to be that employee that stands out, up front and center. There's nothing wrong with our boss thinking we want his job. Shoot, he can't move up or take that next position until he or she has a replacement for themselves. There's our next goal right there. Oh yeah, and don't forget about the drawing we mentioned in episode 39, a few warehouse clerk positions and their task. Be sure to send us that email and get entered for that $50 gift card. This Saturday's going to be the deadline, remember? We're getting some great safety practices sent in, and we'll be discussing them in just a few weeks. Thanks for listening in today, and as always, we hope you enjoyed the show and found something to take away from it. And we'll be checking back with Nathan and see how his orientation process is coming along too. Let's all bring up a safety topic at tomorrow's startup meeting. Step up, kind of stand out, and communicate with our management team and coworkers. Safety has to be our first task each day.